Hello and welcome. This is Ayana Lahi, and I am so very happy that you're here with me today. In this week's episode of Be1 Be You, we are diving into the theme, what are you doing to get love? Over all of these decades of working with thousands of individuals, I really believe, experience, and understand that all of us shift our perceptions and our behaviors based upon the love that we are being given. We shift and change our responses because we may be doubting that we are lovable enough, that we are worthy enough, and that who we really are in the moment matters. And we start picking apart our own self and our own self-esteem from a very young age. So as a little child, you've seen it. You've seen it in supermarkets. You've seen it in the children of people that you know who have children. You might have seen it in your own children or nieces or nephews, friends of friends and their kids, and yourself. What you chose to do in a moment in order to feel love, get love. And in this podcast, we're exploring some of the ways that we as humans in evolution explore what love means to us, how it feels. And each and every one of you have your own interpretation and experience deep within you of what love feels like. And in this very moment, I'd like to invite you to remember a moment long time ago in your childhood of when you felt love, when you felt the love, when you felt love. And just let the first image come up in your heart mind and let it feel good. Whether you were being hugged as you sat on a very special person's lap, as you were young and possibly sitting around an outdoor fire, looking up at the stars, feeling hugged and embraced by the universe, the way that your mom or your dad looked at you because they loved you, or perhaps your grandmother or grandfather acknowledging you in that moment. And just allow your body to take that feeling in, that remembrance. Feel through a memory in your body a moment when you were just in the love in yourself, meaning you were content. You weren't seeking anything else but the moment that you were in. Maybe you were involved in an art project, or you were running through a field, maybe rolling down a hill on a scooter, maybe writing your name for the first time, and perhaps a moment when you had a picture being pinned up on the wall or taped up somewhere on a refrigerator, and perhaps that first time that you drew something and it actually possibly looked like something that you were feeling. Maybe it was joy. We all find our tunnel through love in our own way. Isn't that really what your life is actually about? How we seek that love. Astrologers would possibly say, it's where your Venus is in your chart, and how your Venus is a affecting your sun or your moon, it's all true. That the love that you seek is created from a very early imprint into the blueprint of this lifetime. The same as feeling received and seen and heard, there are also moments where you would doubt the love that you really are because of the response, the reaction that was being given at you or to you for something that you did that you didn't know was upsetting to anyone else, or something that you may have said. So what might have seemed perfectly normal or healthy or okay to you might have triggered somebody else. And so you were taught that when you trigger somebody else, it's going to stop the love flow. And so perhaps you grew up deciding not to trigger anyone. And so you lived at half-mast on your sailboat of life. Or perhaps you enjoyed triggering someone because it got a response. So as humans, we seek response and the very beautiful moments of inner contemplation with the source of life helps shift us out of the cycles of reaction and responses and working to avoid them or working to create them. Some of you are more outspoken and want to talk a lot, and others of you are more quiet and enjoy the silence within inside of yourself because you can tap into being and staying aligned in that presence in yourself. Inside of the presence that you have in yourself is that universal life energy that brings you joy. So in this present moment, in this time, how do you give yourself that time where you're not in reaction mode or response mode? Do you give yourself some time each day where you unplug, not through escaping, but through being? Not through escaping where your mind can just be numb, or even in the delight of reacting, responding. And in this digital age, we think we might be doing nothing, but actually the brain is always responding and reacting to the impulses through your eyes, through your ears. So in this moment, I invite you to close your eyes and ask your heart center in your upper chest what color it needs, what color it would love to receive in order for it to feel steady and calm. And now bring that color into your heart and notice if there are more colors that want to come, and allow them. Say yes, open, receive them, let it flow. Now correlate the color coming in to a feeling that it gives to you, that it stimulates, ignites in you, and let that feeling be real in this moment. And notice how you can shift your own responses and feeling reaction by what you choose to absorb, what you choose to let in, what you choose to absorb and what you choose to just let move through you. Knowing what's important to receive and what is not is really connected in a big way to what you do to have love come to you, what you do to have love interchange with you. What do you do to feel loved? When we do not, and sometimes never, grow out of the phase of our biological development of seeking the response or the reaction to us, we pretty much stay in a certain developmental place as an adult, and it keeps us from really receiving who we are. Inside that color that you received in your heart center, inside that color is a radiance. It's a universal energy. It's a life energy that ignites and opens you to exactly where you need to be in this moment. You are always connected to love, unless you work really hard to shut the door. It takes more work to keep the door shut to the love inside of yourself than it does to open. But many, many, many of us think that we get further in our life and staying safe so we're not hurt through being ridiculed or judged by keeping the door closed. So what do you do to get love? Do you talk too much? Do you repeat the same thing a few times because as a child you weren't really listened to, so you say it a few times, but you're not even listening to what you're saying because you just need the other person to respond? And the other person might say, well, I hear you. You already said that. But you don't remember even saying it because you're not really receiving your own love first. You're wired to saying and doing and acting in a way to be heard because who you are inside is so shut down that it can't really feel or connect to that you really do exist. You really do matter. You really are worthy in that moment. If you had parents who were too busy to really show up and really listen, you stop listening to yourself because all children believe that the responses given to them, to us, is reflecting back to us who we really are. So we grow up in an illusion about who we are. The gifts that you are holding inside of yourself are connected to the love that you are. Like what you really love the most, whether you love music, or you love color, you love to draw, you love to paint, you love to ski because you love to move, you love to soar, you love to fly. You love to climb a rock wall because it pushes you beyond your limits and you love that feeling. I want to invite you to find that counterbalance to what you really love to do and to take it in all the way so deeply in your heart that your heart can open up to receive that gift coming back to you when you're so engaged with what you love. Unless you receive it back to you, you get dry inside, empty inside. It happens to the best. No matter where we are in our life, to a rock star on stage who's not receiving the love from their audience because they're just still pumping it out to get their response, to clap, to get the next, record contract. I've seen it. And without receiving the love coming through that universal flow as the song is given, as the music riff is given, you lose connection to the magnificence, the beauty, the perfection, the incredible oneness that happens in that moment. When you bake a cake or when you bake bread and it rises just right, or that cake is not too sweet, it's just fluffy. When you make your first raw dessert and you go, wow, this is amazing. No sugar, no flour, no dairy. It's like amazingly great. And you judge it in your head about how great it is, but did you take in the love when you took your first bite? How do you receive the love that's inside of you? That is one of the most beautiful and important questions that you can pay attention to and ask. Each week, choose a day of the week. Maybe it's a Sunday, that you ask yourself, what can I do this week? What shift can I make? How can I pay attention to receive the love that is waiting for me? The love that's coming in through your heart, that's coming in through your connection, your natural connection into the source in the universe. There's one source. That one source is called many names. All the little things that happen in our lives that become big things, they're challenges. They can be interpreted as a lack of love, as a lack of one source. It can be a feeling of our own deserving, our own worthiness. We judge ourselves. We wonder if we really matter because we don't know that the true connection to love happens through how we receive it through our heart. I invite you to open your hands right now and allow the same color that came into your heart to come into your hands, and close your eyes and open to receive the flow, the impulse, the current of this color into the palms of your hands, and let the color move all the way up through your arms into your chest, and let the color then move down through your body, into your navel, into your pubic bone, your genitals, down your legs, through your feet, all the way deep into the core of the earth. And as you keep going down deeper into the center of the earth, look for blue light or white light and merge in that light. In the core of the earth is a hot flame. It's really, really hot inside the core of the earth. They're flames of pure fire, pure white fire. And there's blue too. I invite you to pull that light up from the core of the earth and pull it up like you're stretching taffy, pulling that white light and blue light up through your feet, through your legs, into the space between your pubic bone and tailbone. And let it move into your lower belly. And let the light nurture your emotional center, also known as your Dantian. I refer to the portals of energy in your body as power point centers. In the chakra system, it's considered your second chakra. I call it the second power point center. It is the center of your personal power, your creativity, and your sexual energies. And here is the center where we decide if we are really enough, worthy enough, that we matter, we interpret how others are responding to us and to our lower belly. I want to invite you to take in this light and let the light just dissolve your beliefs. That who you are isn't truly lovable. Take those thoughts and throw them into these white flames, blue flames of fire in your lower belly. Just throw your beliefs in there and let them burn up, dissolve. And in their place, allow your lower belly to begin to relax. And let the love from your heart come down into your lower belly to meet the white flames and blue flames coming up from the core of the earth. Your mind is the last to release. Your mind might hold on to old imprints and beliefs that happened when you were a little kid. So I want you to grab hold of your little child inside who got stuck in a thought that it had to do certain things to be loved, get love, be shown love. And I'd like to invite you for this week to open to the love within you, to find it and stay with it, to nurture it, and to allow it to be whole and holy, that the love inside of you is sacred, and allow it to nurture all of the cells of your body and to fill your brain, your heart, your lower belly in love. Know that the love that you are has to be found. It has to be dug for, because we create a personality self that replaces the love that we are. When each and every one of us returns to the love that we are, it helps to evolve our community, our town, the city we live in, the state, the country, and the planet, so that we can really remember who we are and then remember why we are here and the role that we're really here to be in, which is to love greater, to love more, and to respond to others in that love as we have been learning to respond to ourselves in that love. Holding you in big love, and I would like to acknowledge you for the work that you do in yourself and the growth that you are experiencing in you as you grow into the love that you are and support others to grow into their love. Thank you so much for joining me. I'd love to invite you to check out my website, IanaLahi.com, IANALAHI.com, and please subscribe to receive Living from Your Wild Heart, a 52-week adventure through movement and meditation and sacred teachings that are delivered into your inbox every Saturday morning for free. And check out all the other offerings, the courses and programs and online events. Much, much love to you. Have a fabulous week, and I look forward to joining with you next time. Thanks so much for being here. All my love. This is Ayana Lahi.